bow hunter Vinny LaSelva explains why he shops at LancasterArchery.com.
I'm a patient man in the woods, but when it comes to shopping online, not so much. That's why I choose Lancaster Archery Supply. They make it easy to order all my archery gear, with thousands of the newest and finest products right at your fingertips, ready to ship to your front door.
Here's your order, Vinny.
Or tree stand. Hey, depending on where you're hanging out, you might even get it before you get home.
For all your archery needs, shop LancasterArchery.com. At the Lancaster Archery Foundation, it's our mission to get as many people as possible involved in the sport of archery.
Thank you so much for your support and giving us this grant.
Thank you for supporting us and others in the community.
It allows me to afford studying at Texas A&M.
I was able to attend my dream university and still shoot competitive archery.
You can help us in our mission by donating today at LancasterArcheryFoundation.org.
Your target on the bottom side of that bale, you are now shooting first. Everybody nod at me. All right. Nobody's going to shoot the top. All right.
All right, archers, again, CD line, here we go.
All right, hey everybody, PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery. Welcome to the 4 p.m. line. We have just turned the half. We want to be able to go continuous through the end so that we can stay live as incredible things happen towards the end. And right now, flipping the half, we have 2 perfect scores so far. Paige Pierce was perfect through 10 ends. She has shot a perfect 330. Jessie Broadwater shot a perfect 330. Jessie is a past champion here. Paige, I don't believe she has won this. I believe I aired about that before where I said she won and she told me she had not. So I'll double check that. But in any event, we've never had a woman shoot a perfect score. So definitely we will be following that. No matter what, she's shooting incredible so far. But that's to bring you up to date on that. Now, for folks who are tuning in for the first time, who haven't been here for any of our other lines, this is the 2023 Lancaster Archery Classic. This is a multi-day tournament where everyone shoots 60 arrows for rank. We are going to rank everyone tonight in the 17 divisions. Tomorrow, we're going to be having head-to-head matches. Basically, in each division, we set up an NCAA basketball-style bracket where number 1 shoots the bottom. And the biggest classes, we take the top 64, so it would be 1 versus 64. We have some medium classes where we take the top 32, and then the small classes, including Women's Open Pro, we take the top 16. So in that one, you'll see 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, and so on. We whittle down the field until we get to a final group.
Okay, archers, as you're doing your scoring, the score will continue from the first half. Please continue your scores so it matches what the tablet says.
I forgot my place, what I was talking about. Anyway, we get to the finalists. After eliminations, what we want to get to is a final group. The biggest classes, we take the top 8. Other classes, we take the top 4. In the finals matches, it's a shoot-up style. In other words, we come in, the archers are ranked 1 through 8. That's based on every single arrow they shot this weekend. That's how we come up with the rankings. And our first match will be 8 versus number 7. The winner of that goes to number 6, number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can come in 8th place, and you can have a chance to win the title. That's one of the things the archers like about our tournament. I see the comments on YouTube all the time, this isn't fair. You know, Lee Wilkins last year came in 7th place in Barabo. He beat the number 8 guy, he beat the number 6 guy, he beat the number 5 guy. And yes, he's going up against fresh archers, but those other archers earned their higher places. This wasn't random. And so the lower ranked archers, to get to the top, they have the hardest path. They have to beat those other archers. The number 1 archer, the worst that person can do is finish 2nd, but that person earned that spot by shooting the best all weekend. So it's not just random. And again, as I told you, you know, these archers, if you ask them, they like that style because at least they got a chance. In most other tournaments, you know, number 8 would shoot number 7, and that's it. The winner of that match finishes 7th, the loser finishes 8th. End of story, everybody goes home. This way, they can keep going. They can get to that top spot, and it does happen. I just talked to Nick Cappers. He came in seated 5th last year in Open Pro, shot his way up to the title, which he won. Tim Hanley, of course, the CEO, was famous a couple years ago for coming in Men's Open, our biggest class. He came in as the 8th seed, shot his way up, won the title. He's the only archer to ever come in number 8 and take it all. But it is possible. What are we shooting for? Well, primarily for bragging rights and just to do something cool, but there is money on the line as well. In the Open Pro class, our champion is going to take home $20,000 from us. That is our top prize. With contingencies, that could max out to about a $40,000, $50,000 weekend for the champion Open Pro in the Classic. Some other divisions, you know, we pay $8,000 to the barebow champion. That's the highest a barebow archer is going to earn anywhere. And why is that? Well, you know, barebow is a super important class to us here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. If you check our YouTube videos, that's the most watched, hands down, of any division. People love the barebow finals, so we give them that platform. We want to celebrate that as well. It's a great community. We love barebow. You folks out there love barebow, so that's why that one's got such a great payout, $8,000. And I should mention, so our Open Pro and our barebow, those are both considered open classes in terms of gender. Anybody can enter that, male or female. We then have women's classes. Obviously, those are open only to women, but in Open Pro and in barebow, male or female can enter into that class. And why would they do that is they might want to go for that top prize. You know, Paige Pierce is shooting in the female division, the women's Open Pro, but if she shoots a 660, I mean, she proves she can hang with anybody. Actually, I guarantee you whatever Paige ends up with today, she would qualify for the men's, or for the Open Pro finals tomorrow. Eliminations, I should say. She would move on there. Oh, okay. So I'm just being told, I thought Jesse Broadwater was the only one who was clean on the Open Pro side, but actually Zach Plonsky as well is clean. I thought I had saw where he had dropped one. So we've got 3 perfect archers at the half. Jesse Broadwater, Paige Pierce, Zach Plonsky. We're going to work our way down the line and watch some of these archers shoot. I don't know how many arrows she has shot, but we're going to check out Paige Pierce here. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. I believe Paige has 2 arrows down there, which are both X's. I want to see, she just recently switched to a hinge style release. Apparently it agrees with her. Oh, that one's low. Gonna need a check on that one. 3rd arrow. Low in the 10. Actually, I have a pair of binoculars.
Hold the line, please. Hold the line. right, we're clear. Thank you. Here we go.
Pat? So I can't see. Paige's arrow is close. Very, very close. We'll have to check that when we go down to the target. I have a feeling it might be out. But in any event, hey, one missed X, if that's indeed what happened. She's still sitting pretty in her division. Tanya Gelantine, or Ella Gibson, one of them was leading. Tanya Gelantine was leading at a 6:57. So there's still room there if, in fact, Paige did drop that one. Like I said, I am not sure. I looked with binoculars. It's very close. Not sure. All right, here we go. Let's go down and see what this is. All right, so Paige Pierce just confirmed for us that yes, that one was out, but apparently she shot one last end too. It just hadn't caught up on Archer's scoring. So no worries there. Paige Pierce still in the driver's seat in her division. Jesse Broadwater is still clean. We'll watch him shoot the next end just because Jesse is fun to watch shoot. I don't know of anyone who looks more relaxed shooting than him. Vegas winner, classic champ. Known in the ASA, I know he won known 50 shooter of the year. I think he won shooter of the year before that class went pro. It was filled with pros anyway. It was basically a pro class, but I don't believe it had been called known pro yet when he won shooter of the year. So we will watch Jesse shoot his next end. I believe he's up first, so we'll get that. Look at that. Jesse just gave his first target, which was clean, gave that to a fan. How about that? His 330. Jesse made the switch back to Hoyt. He was a long time Hoyt shooter. Went to Matthews for a couple years, went back to Hoyt last year. Still running with the Hoyts. I'll get out of his face here while they shoot. Excuse me. Some archers are coming back from the line. We want to tell you that our finals will be starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. They will run, and we will be live continuously for the finals. All 17 divisions. Open Pro finals are our last, that's our main event, so that's going to be the last event on Sunday. Sunday we will be finals all day too. So be sure you tune in for that. We'll have our main commentary on the live feed from Greg White, and he'll have archers with him in the booth providing, analysis. Think of it as our Joe Buck and Troy Aikman team out there. But here we go. Let's watch Jesse shoot. As I said, you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who looks more relaxed and comfortable than him. He shoots a hinge. There is no trigger on that release. Just rotates his hand, and that release fires. I know he has shot 59s here. That first one's an X. I know he has shot 59s here before, so he's been close. Shooting those big 27 diameter Eastons. I believe they are super drives, carbon shafts. That's definitely an X. Inside out. Third shot on this end. This one's his cleanest target. He's basically got just one hole down there. Yep, there's an X. Jesse stays clean for this end, 33. Awesome shooting from Jesse. Good to see him back at the top of his game. Thank you, sir. Not that he wasn't at the top of his game, but good to see him cruising like this.
All right, hold the line, please. Hold the line. All right, floor is clear. Thank you. Here we go.
You going? What's up, dude? Is our other archer who is clean through, I'm not sure. How many ends? All right, so we are 2 ends into the second half. 2 ends into the second half, so 8 more to go. And Zach Plonsky is one of our perfect shooters so far. We got 2 of them out here, Zach and Jesse Broadwater. While we're waiting in between ends here, we should give a shout out to our Lancaster Archery Foundation. The foundation, we get money for the foundation that we give out to grassroots organizations. And basically there are 3 divisions of entities that we give to. So first off is your most basic, we're talking 4-H, local club, YMCA, summer camp, those folks really who are on the ground getting kids their first experience with archery. We provide grants to them. I see them all as they come through, and they're just doing incredible programs in places where it's possible kids would have no exposure to archery. And what we've seen is archery is one of those things, if kids can get exposure to it, then there are some who will inevitably get hooked on it and become archers. That's great. We love to see that. So who else? So then archers who qualify for international tournaments to compete for Team USA. There are some tournaments where the archers have to pay their own way. They make the team, but then they have to pay to get to these tournaments all over the world. We saw it with the World 3D Championships, big qualifying tournament in London, Kentucky. All these archers came out, they qualified for it. The 3D World Championships were in Italy. Now they had to get there. And that's like, at the time, I believe it was like averaging $10,000. That's a lot of money for these archers. So the Lancaster Archery Foundation for that tournament gave every Team USA member $1,000. That came from our foundation. And lastly, we provide money to colleges to give out as scholarships. Right now, I know we work with Texas A&M. You know, kids go to college on football scholarships, basketball, baseball, whatever. Wouldn't it be awesome if they could go on an archery scholarship if that's their sport? Well, you can at some schools. Lancaster Archery Foundation provides money to help with that. So you can see, click the donate button, and you can contribute to our cause. We certainly appreciate all the help that we can get. Easton Foundations gave us $100,000 earlier this year. It was a challenge. If we could raise $100,000, they would give us $100,000. We did, and they did. So that was a great gift from Easton Foundations. We thank them, Greg Easton. That was in honor of their 100th anniversary. So we do great things at Lancaster Archery Foundations. Now, back to the action here. We're looking at Zach Plonsky. His first arrow is away. It's an X. Second arrow's away. Let me check it. It looks good. Yep, second arrow's good. Here comes the third arrow. Up. I was looking at Jacob Marlowe's target, who shot a perfect arrow on his last shot. Let me check Zach's. Someone was in my way. Yep, Zach's good. Still clean. That would be N number 13. He is still clean. We've only ever had 4 660s shot at the Lancaster Archery Classic. That's a perfect score. First one several years ago by Rio Wild. Second one just a couple years ago by Braden Gelantine. Third one last year by Bodie Turner. And the fourth one this year by Bodie Turner. And if you were with us on our noon line for our broadcast, we saw Mike Schlosser, Mr. Perfect, shoot 59 perfect arrows, and he shot a 10 on his 60th. It was heartbreaking. 659 is still in a very good spot going into eliminations. All the pros say, it doesn't matter what you do in qualifications, but still, shooting a 660 is cool. So he missed on his last arrow. Right now, we're working on 2 more perfect scores. Got 7 ends to go. But we're going to stay with these archers, see how they do. It'll be interesting if we have 2 going on the same line at once. I'm not sure how we're going to follow that. We do have 2 cameras, but we only have 1 of me. So I'll only be able to sit on one of the archers, tell you what's happening. We are shooting 20 yards. It's technically 18 meters, 19.6 yards, 20 yards. That is the distance. Shooting at a 40 centimeter face. The X ring of that 40 centimeter face counts as 11 points for us. So every ring is worth points. And that X ring is about the size of, it's not quite as big as a quarter. So Zach has put 13 times 3, 39 arrows into that X ring. Sorry, math isn't my strong suit. That's why I'm a communicator, no good at math and science. All I was good at was English. If you got any questions, ask us some questions. Tomorrow, once eliminations start, we will go live. That's kind of a free-for-all as far as live coverage. Basically, every line that's out here will be a head-to-head match. We can't bring it all to you. It'll be crazy. We're just going to kind of pick and choose what we can see, what we can bring to you. Of course, we'll try and get the most exciting matches. But we'll be live through that eliminations. And then, as I said, finals start at 1 p.m. 2,700 archers competing this weekend. That is a record. I should mention that there is kind of a tournament within a tournament that starts tomorrow. It's our Easton Youth and Collegiate Trophy Tournament. So tomorrow and Sunday, we will have, I believe it's 700 kids out here shooting. They'll be shooting on this floor after everyone else is finished with their elimination matches. And basically, they will just shoot a 60-arrow round. So what we wanted to do, if you come to the Classic through all the eliminations and finals, it's possible that you would have to be here for 4 days. We wanted to, and we do have youth classes in the Classic, so there are kids shooting in it. But if you're someone, hey, you just want to try out this tournament, you don't want to quite pay the full fee for the Classic, you don't want to make that full time commitment of multiple days, you want to come in, shoot one day, and get out. That's the reason for the Easton Youth and Collegiate Trophy Tournament. So the kids could get the experience of a big-time tournament. It's on this field right here, but with a fraction of the time and monetary commitment. And folks ask, do you got to be a member? Do you got to be a pro, whatever, to enter the Lancaster Archery Classic? The answer is no and no. Anyone can enter the Lancaster Archery Classic. And when you come out, you can be standing anywhere on this line next to anyone. We don't have a pro area. We don't have an amateur area. We have the shooting area. You could be, we try and group by equipment, you know, try and keep the Olympic recurve folks together, the bare bow, the bow hunter, the open, but that's about it as far as what we try to do. And even then, we mix some in. So you could be standing on the line right next to Jesse Broadwater, Zach Plonsky, Mike Schlosser, Bodie Turner. And this could be your very first tournament ever. Another great thing we love about the Classic. Got our judge there. You saw him down there, Eric Burkett, well-known archery judge. It's a great guy. He was in the Air Force where he lost both his legs. All right, we are working our way towards that final end. Got a hold on the line over here. So what happens is there are two fields here. Oh, there's an archer we know. Hold on, before I get into that. If you're a YouTube fan, you know this guy. That's Chris B out there. Some people confuse him for Colby Hanley, but but he is Chris B. So Chris B, YouTube, self-made, built up his channel. He's got a huge following, primarily for hunting, but Chris is an accomplished target archer. He has shot a 900 in Vegas. I'll be honest with you, I wish he spent more time target shooting, because I think if he put as much time into it as he could, I think he'd be one of the best. The kid can shoot, flat out shoot. He spends a lot of time hunting. Hey, get it. That's where his passion is. Best to him in that endeavor, because he's good at that too. But he is a heck of a target archer as well. And he's got a pretty clean looking target down there. I'd be surprised if he doesn't make it to eliminations. He usually does. But he's working that mullet there. That's something new. Man, he's got the flow going. Check that out. Chris has been hunting all over the U.S. this fall. Check out his YouTube channel. It's pretty entertaining. He started doing that when he was in, I know, at least high school. He might have started it in middle school and just kept going with it. Kind of self-made. He does things his way. People like it. He's got a pretty good following. We wish him well.
Oh, hey.
Are you going to get that here? That way. All right, so heard from Chris B. He said he shot at 322 first half. So 8 points dropped. That doesn't leave much room for error in this second half. I think the cut is going to be in the vicinity of 50. Might go into the 40s. I believe it was 46 last year. 646, that is, for that Open Pro class. All right, so I'm just hearing that Jesse Broadwater missed an X, apparently on his last end. I just checked on Zach, and Zach hit a 33. I checked with my scorekeeper. I don't think I missed any others. All right, I'm going to walk down here and check out Jesse's target here. I know Zach shot a 33 this end. Saw his target. Let's find Jesse. Yes, I do see Jesse has a hole that is high in the 10. I believe he is one down. It's okay. We want to see a 660, but they don't need to shoot a 660. All right, we're looking in here at Chris B's target, and he is not shooting 27s. I bet he wishes he was. He's pretty well inside the 10. Yeah, he's got one arrow that if he, only one, that if he were shooting 27s would not be an 11. They're all 10s. How you doing?
Okay.
Killing them?
No, not like that. So.
All right, we're just talking to Sawyer Sullivan. He is one of those young kids, lots of energy. Made it to the Outdoor National Target Championship. He was in the final match against Jimmy Lutz this past summer. Came in second place, but young target archer shooting at Texas A&M. He is one you want to keep on your radar going forward for the future. Great shooter. And I want to see what diameter Chris's arrows are, because I was saying it looked like if you had 27s, there was only one that was not going to be an 11.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but they were both out.
Tell everybody you've been hunting like up until I believe yesterday.
Yeah, I flew in this morning. Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah, that's what Chris B does. He's out there hunting. Flies in, jumps into Lancaster Archery Classic. Shooting high pressure indoor tournament. Right, 5 ends to go. Excuse me. Looks like we need to pay attention to Zach Plonsky. Got our 660 potentially cooking there. Hey, I'm going to do a plug for our team here while we're on here. We've got our producer, Kyle Kovalarch, sitting, manning or directing all these cameras out here. We've got Kyle McCleister, Alex. I apologize, I forget Alex's last name. I always just call him Alex. But Alex and Kyle McCleister running cameras up and down these ranges so we can do this live broadcast. This is a workout. Say that again. Oh, Jason Haynes is our third camera operator, running one as well. So these guys do a killer job to bring you action. I mean, this court that we're on here is about 100 yards long. There's another court behind it that's about 80 yards long. These guys are maneuvering these cameras up and down, in and out of, you know, if you've ever been to an archery tournament, there's bows stacked everywhere. They got to weave in and out of all that. There's not much room. And we've been doing this since 8 o'clock this morning. Yes, we are not live the whole time. That is by design. We want to bring you the most interesting part of it, which is usually towards the end. But these guys are busting their butts today. And we'll be doing it again, starting tomorrow. Oh, yes. Audio. So it sounds funny. We know that. Here's what's happening. Whenever I'm not talking, the music comes in through my microphone. YouTube and Facebook shut us down like instantly. There is no warning. There is no appeal. We're just out of business. So we have this microphone set up that when I stop talking, everything goes dead so that the music doesn't come through. You know, I know it sounds funny. That's the price of this. The music is playing in the house. That's for the archers that are here. If there was no music playing, this place would be dead quiet in here. The archers don't like that. The spectators don't like that. You know, you're sitting here for shooting a bow for 4 hours. It's nice to have some music back there. So that's why the audio sounds funky the way it does, is so that we can bring this to you without getting busted for copyright violations. We appreciate your patience with that. But I'm not doing my work here because I need to see what Zach Plonsky just shot. Zach Plonsky still clean. Through 15 ends. Actually, I believe this would be the 16th. I believe we were through 15 after the last end. Should be, I believe, the 16th end. Here we go. We're going to go down and find out anyway. Hey, we got in some donations to our Lancaster Archery Foundation. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. We saw those come in. That will be of great benefit to some archers somewhere in the country. So yes, we are through 16 ends. Four ends to go. Zach Plonsky is clean. bow hunter. Folks ask, what is bow hunter? There's not many bow hunter setups on this line. But essentially what bow hunter, the rules are, we follow the same rules as NFAA. And so what a bow hunter setup consists of is a maximum 12-inch front stabilizer. That includes connections, weights, everything. The end of that bar can be no more than 12 inches from the riser. You can have any size rear bar that you want, any size. Then in your scope, you can have no lens, not even if it's a zero power lens to run a dot, which some archers like to do. Can't do that. No glass at all inside the scope housing. Got to use a pin. And that's the determination, that's the separation from the open class. It's those two main features. They can shoot the same arrows, they can shoot the same releases, all that stuff is the same, but that is what separates bow hunter class. We're going to give a shout out right now to Louis Price. His dad, Mike Price, just came over and told me that Louis and his wife just had a baby. Congrats. Louis, we usually see here competing at the Classic in the Open Pro class. So congrats to him and to Grandpa Mike Price. Just showed me a picture of him. So what we're seeing now, the LAS Express trailer. This is a 40-foot, basically, mobile archery shop. So we travel to tournaments all over the country. NFAA, USA Archery, IBO, ASA. We go to them all. And our guys, what it is, Rob Caulfield, his imagination for the LAS Express, he calls it, we are the pit crew for archers at archery tournaments. Something goes wrong, we got the stuff, we got the guys. Mike Notarangelo is second from the left there. He is our trailer head. He runs the trailer. Awesome guy. That guy could fix, I believe, any bow with any problem. So these guys spent a lot of time on the road. It's a great crew. Let's see who we got here. From the left, we got Jim Long. Next is Curtis Broadnax. He helps us out. He's a pro archer, but he helps us out. Pink shirts, Ethan King. Josh Remley is next up. There's Mike Notarangelo. And, of course, Mike Landum is at the end there. Give him a wave, Josh. There you go. If you're at a tournament, Ethan King, these guys will take care of you. And we have two of these trailers. So one is set up primarily for 3D events. The other one is primarily set up for like indoor and 50-meter, target archery. The equipment that these two different disciplines use are so different. When we had one, it was like a complete tear down of the trailer to load it up with new stuff for, if you went from a 3D to a target event, it was not fun for these guys. So we have 2 trailers. They just hook one up depending on where they're going. And, of course, a lot of times we have tournaments that overlap, so we are able to go to 2 events in a weekend. We go to the TAX, Total Archery Challenges. We go to a couple of them that are closer to us. We don't go out to, like, Utah. But wanted to give a shout-out to the LAS Express. Those guys work hard to keep archers in the game out at the tournaments. I'm going to walk back down here and check on Zach Plonsky. See what he's got. He just shot. Zach Plonsky, clean still. Another 33. 3 ends to go. After we score this end. Excuse me. My voice is going out. All right, so we are going to bring our crew down here to follow Zach in his quest for a 660. If you were not with us, we watched Mike Schlosser on the last line shoot 59 perfect arrows. His 60th, he shot a 10. The very last arrow, he shot a 10 for a 659. That's still great. Not a problem. He's still right there at the top as far as bracketing for tomorrow's eliminations. But, you want to see that 660. Just because it's cool. Mikey Schlosser, being the pro that he is, though, shrugged it off, said, well, I'll go to eliminations. And in eliminations, he's one of the ones you do not want to face. He is tough. As tough as they come. What's that? Okay.
Are they right here, whoever you're watching?
So word is starting to trickle out that we have a potential 660 brewing here. So a couple people are finding their way over to watch the last 3 ends. We will certainly be here. Once again, as I keep saying, people
listen up for your name.
always wondering, PJ's right behind him talking like that, distracting him. I am a good 10 yards behind the line. So they cannot hear me. They don't even know I'm here. They know the cameras are there. So yes, you get this close to a 660, we will have cameras there. That's the name of the game. You at home, you want to see it. We want to bring it to you. So that's why we're here. It's exciting. And that's part of the game. Shoot in that open pro class, it's a pro class. Part of the job as the pro is to get this out to the public, bring the public into the sport. So our cameras will be there. But I am not. I'm standing back. They can't hear me. I definitely don't want to distract them with my talking. And again, because of that microphone situation we told you about, I have to talk a little bit louder. That's what activates my microphone. That's what, when I stop talking, you don't hear the music. When I start talking, that's what brings my microphone live. Technical information probably nobody cares about, but we see the comments about the audio being messed up. Well, that's why it is different. We have entered our number 12 out here of shooting at the Lancaster Archery Classic. These people here haven't shot for 12 hours, but our judges, our work crews, everybody who runs these tournaments, they have been here for 12 hours. And while we're waiting, hey, let's give a shout out to Rob and Carol Kaufeld. They're the ones who make this happen. Owners of Lancaster Archery, this is all their vision. They will start meeting. We will be preparing for the 2024 Lancaster Archery Classic this week, next week. Next week it'll be. While it's still fresh in everybody's mind, everyone will sit down, what was good, what was bad, what worked, what didn't. They will start working on the Classic. It's a year-round thing. There's a committee that meets monthly just to hammer this thing out. There are a lot of moving parts that have to be put in place to make this thing work. But it's the vision of Rob and Carol Kaufeld that make this thing what it is. And when you see that finals, if you've never seen our Lancaster Archery Classic finals, you got to tune in starting tomorrow at 1 and all day Sunday just to see what that looks like, because that's where we put people in the spotlight. Out here, you know, everybody's lined up. We try and weave a camera in. When it comes to the finals, it is head-to-head, 1v1, two archers standing on stages, multiple camera angles all around. Spotlights are on the archers. They're in a archery hall where the lights are out except for these spotlights. Targets are lit. It is all attention on the two archers shooting at that time. Definitely a great format. YouTube stats tell us it's a pretty good format because people sure do. I see the comments and the views coming in. People are watching LAS Classic finals every day of the year. Somebody's watching somewhere. We post them up. I guess I should mention, after the tournament's over, you know, we'll have the live stream rolling. After the tournament's over, then we will cut up the finals by division and post them individually. Masters Open Pro, Youth Open Pro, Youth Female Recurve. You know, not Youth Open Pro, there is no such thing. Youth Male Open, Youth Female Open. We will cut up all those divisions and post them as individual videos. But here we are, back to the action. Zach Plonsky, 3 ends to go. First one's inside out X. Second one, inside out X. I keep saying X, but it's 11. That one's a little tall. I think he got it. It's a little bit high. Zach is not reacting well. He is looking like he thinks it's out. I can't see where the top of the shaft is. Boy, it's so close. Folks are coming over and shaking his hand. Jacob Marlowe just gave him a fist bump. Louis Holmes over there talking to him. Usually that's not a good sign. They would stay away from him if he was still clean. But boy, that is close. It must be out, the way everybody's acting. He must have missed it. We'll find out for sure. Go down there. Hey, 111 missed, if that is what we're looking at. Still right there at the top of the pack. He'll have a good seeding for tomorrow's eliminations. But that just shows you how difficult that 660 is, if you didn't know already. That you can get that close. 3 ends to go. You know, we told you, Mike Schlosser on his very last arrow. So close. Through the history of the Lancaster Archery Classic, there are a pile of 659s. It's amazing how many of those there are. You figure that's 111 away from that 660. Great shooting by Zach Plonsky, no matter what this arrow is. That's awesome shooting. Like seeing this elite level shooting here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. Let's find out what we're going to call this. Everybody's looking at it the way they should. I think he's got it. Oh, I shouldn't say that, but I think it's good. Yeah, okay. So that just goes to show you the angle. So from back where I was standing, I didn't think that was in. But when you come up, what's happening is the point of the arrow is up and the arrow angles down, which push that shaft into the line. So it is good. That is a 33. And I mean, we're saying it's close. When you get up and look underneath it, it's actually not close. It's definitely an 11. We are still working a 660. All right, so here we go. 2 ends to go. Two ends to 660. This is awesome. We're still going. Good. Yeah. All right, so we are going to go to end number 19. I'm sure that one shook Zach up. It definitely looked from back here like it was out. But I can say if I was on the line, I would have given it to him too. There's no way I could have called that out. To me, it was clearly touching the line, angled down. It was, I'm going to say, I don't even know how much the top of the shaft was above the 10 line, but with that angle down, took it right into the line. So here we go. First one is in, 11. X, another 11. Last arrow this end. Got it. Got it. 3 to go. All right, second line here. These are the folks shooting at the top targets. I guess I should explain what happens is the folks on the bottom targets shoot first because this is indoor and we have to worry about shadows. So if the archer's on top shot first, there could be shadows that cast down to the targets below. So always the bottom targets shoot first, top targets shoot second. Now, what happens is if you start on the bottom, you start your round, then at the half, you go to the top. Archers who are shooting up top go to the bottom. So it is fair. You're not stuck in one spot. Everybody shoots top, everybody shoots bottom. And it does change the way things feel. I mean, these pros like Zach, they shoot all the time, but I can tell you the amateurs like me, I don't shoot a ton. When I switch from the bottom to the top, all of a sudden it feels like my bow weighs about 10 extra pounds. I'm only lifting it another foot or so, but it just feels different. I prefer to shoot, I'd rather end on the bottom because that's when I'm getting weaker anyway. But that's me. Nobody cares about that. These pros, they're used to it. Do the same things at the Vegas shoot, same things at NFA Indoor Nationals. They flip-flop top to bottom. So here we are, 3 arrows away from a potential 660. All right, here we go. Excuse me, sir. So these were not even in question, Zach. And I guess I should mention, okay, so we were just talking to Bodie Turner. Yeah, these 3, no question, 11s. So what happens? We have 2 660s, potentially. I don't want to jinx it, but if there are 2 660s after this next end, we have a shoot-off between Zach and Bodie. Bodie Turner shot a 660 yesterday because we need a 1 and a 2 seed. We need that to be definitive for our brackets. So there will be a shoot-off. I don't know if it's a 1-hour shoot-off. I don't know if they shoot a couple ends. We will find out what that is, and we'll be live for it. We definitely will bring you that live because it will happen tonight. Tonight is when we set the brackets for tomorrow's eliminations. We've never had a shoot-off. Not that I know of. So that's going to be exciting. And get a good angle here so I can see this target. All right. So we're scoring arrows down range yet. Folks are mostly staying away from Zach now. It's amazing. They all ran over to him, fist bumps and handshakes, and they thought he missed. Now everybody's staying away again. Don't want to get in his head. And again, if you're just joining us, I am standing back. He cannot hear me. If he can hear me, there's 50 other people he can hear. Let's put it that way. 3 more arrows. And this place will go crazy. And so we want to see him do it. I want to see him do it for sure. Absolutely. All these archers are awesome. I have no favorites. Somebody's close to a 660. I want to see him do it. I think I felt worse than Mike Schlosser when he missed. This is Zach Plonsky. I certainly have seen his name. I do not know him well, but I'm excited for him anyway. Rio Wild always told me his mindset right now is, hey, you shot 57 good arrows. What's 3 more? I can't believe it's that simple, but that's what Rio told me. All right, here we go. X 11, first arrow. One more. He's taking his time. Here we go. 60th arrow. Got it. Awesome. All right, now let me find out what happens. All right. Okay, so I've just been told what we're going to do here. So we have all these archers on the line here, and Bodie Turner, who just got here. So Zach Plonsky is fresh. He's been shooting. Bodie Turner needs some time to warm up. So what's going to happen is we're going to clear the line, you know, let the archers, all these archers get their scores set. We're going to give Bodie Turner some time to warm up, and then we're going to go 6 arrows for score. If we're still tied after that, closest to center. We're going to come over here and get a couple words from Zach while we're shooting this next line. Zach, congrats, man.
Thank you.
How's that feel?
I don't have words. I don't have words to describe it. I didn't expect to shoot like that, but I had high hopes for the weekend, but not that high.
In practice, I'm sure you've shot like this before. Tournament situation is different. How much preparation have you been doing coming into today?
I've been shooting roughly about 100 arrows a day for the last 4 months. I've taken about 4 days off. Christmas and Christmas Eve were 2 of them.
Would you say that's paid off for you?
100%.
So now, after that, I forget, 3 ends to go, you had that one that looked out. Everybody thought it was out. I mentioned on the stream I went up there, and with the arrow angled down, it was in. But did that mess with you mentally?
I think it helped me. I think it took a little pressure off, and the next couple ends were all right. The last end was a little nerve-wracking, though. I was shaking them in for the last one.
It looked pretty good. Could you feel the crowd? I mean, it happens every time when someone gets close.
I looked back, and I just tried to blur it out and just say it was just me and the target, because that's all it really was.
Did you know Mike Schlosser missed on his last arrow?
No.
60th arrow he missed.
Yep. I feel really lucky, honestly. The hard work finally paid off.
That's awesome, man. All right, that is the 5th ever perfect 660 at the Lancaster Archery Classic. Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, there we go. Zach Plonsky. Perfect 660. We have a shoot-off. What do they say? Sudden death dodgeball. Everybody loves sudden death dodgeball. We are going to have sudden death archery. No one dies, though, because it'll just mean the difference between number 1 seed, number 2 seed. We're going to go down here and get pictures.
Going down and calling your arrows, pulling your arrows, pull your targets, pull your name tags, and keep them for next round. If you get into eliminations, you will need them. At the end, once all your boxes on your scorecard,
All right, once again.
sign them and go up to the 4 locations underneath the mezzanine for a scorecard. I need all of the archers on a bale, their scorecards, and the tablet at the scorecard drop-off location. Thank you.
Okay. All right, folks, so it is a perfect 660. Here's what we are going to do. We're going to sign off this live stream. We're coming back. We're going to be live again, but we want to be live just for this shoot-off. It's going to be a while before we get all the archers sorted out. We'll give Bodie Turner time to warm up, but don't go anywhere. We will be back live shortly for that 6 arrows for score, 1 arrow close to center for tied after that. You're not going to want to miss that. Zach Plonsky and Bodie Turner. We'll be right back.